I'm working on a mental health documentary, basically mostly mental illnesses or disorders, whatever you want to call it, because it's a lot of people who are going through a lot mentally, and they have a lot of pride, maybe too much pride to admit, or they're scared about what others might think or feel, or they'll avoid them or talk about them, whatever the case may be. I'm telling you right now, you still somebody, you still special. Whatever you're going through is very real. It's very real, because I'm going through it too. Been going through it for a long time. And the fact that I waited so long to take care of my mental issues have caused more issues. And believe it or not, mental issues are emotional issues, which lead to issues within the body, like physically. You'd be surprised how much stress can literally kill you. We've had family members who died from stress, so can't nobody tell me stress does not kill you and it does not do harm to your mental, overall. Um, this is also just a handout. Like, if you're going through something, get help, because if you don't, things will get worse. You can run all day, and eventually it's going to catch up to you, and it's going to be harder to come out of that darkness and back into the light and a clear mind that you used to have. This shit is real. It's very real. And to those who don't believe it, this is for you too. This is very real, and I have quite a few people who I'm going to introduce you guys to, who are willing to share with you what they go through, because they feel the same way. We need to wake up and realize how serious this is, and this is not no plaything. It's not a toy thing, something to get attention or get drugs or an excuse to use drugs or whatever the case may be. This shit is very real. I just got out the hospital yesterday. I was in there for almost a week, because I've been running. I suffer mostly from post-traumatic stress disorder, which involves manic depression and anxiety. Like, for real. But I was in there for a week, and the hospital, they really took care of me. They made sure that all of my needs were met. Not only do you not have to worry about eating or sleeping or anything like that, you are very well taken care of. And the doctors, I so appreciate them, because they ask you questions and they want you to be as honest and open as you possibly can, so that they can help you and get to the real issue of what's going on. And they'll try different medications to see how well they work with you or how well they don't, and cut that out for you. Now, I'm not saying, and they don't say it either, they're not saying that the medicine is what's going to fix you. You have to put in the hard work to help cope with whatever you're going through. But the medicines help to keep you balanced until you're able to wean off of the medication and go through daily living on your own. And I really appreciate them. I met some awesome people in that hospital, and people think crazy people are crazy and they don't know what they talking about. They are more in tune with themselves than a lot of people out here who are normal. One particular one I want to talk about, and then I'll move on, is this girl, Caitlin. Most may say that she lives in a different world, and of course we all live in our own world, but the way that she copes with her visions and the hallucinations that she sees, is she sees them through a different dimension, and it is unbelievable until you have actually met her. She is so in tune with herself and her intuition and third eye, as some would call it. It's amazing. And she even read me, and we had only talk to each other. We had only met each other maybe 3 or 4 days while I was in the hospital. And it's a few others that I dare not mention, but she was willing to allow me to expose her or talk about her in particular from this hospital. And they are helping her, and she found a better way to deal with her hallucinations, and that is her reality. Everybody has their own reality that they deal with. And if you think about Edgar Allan Poe, Beethoven, all kinds of artists and amazing talented people out there who have become so famous and still had multiple mental disorders, they channeled their dysfunction into their passion. And this is my passion right now. I love to write, I love to sing, all of that. But this is my passion. My passion is people, especially people who are going through these mental illnesses or disorders. And I can't stress it enough how important it is for us to come together and stop judging people who are going through these things and misreading. A lot of police officers we talked about as well, thinking that some of these people walking on the street are drunk or on drugs or something like that, and really they're schizophrenic, or they're lost inside their mind, so they may not even hear you when you say stop, take, what I'm saying, put your hands up. They're not hearing you. And I think police officers as well as other professionals need to take these things into consideration before you act upon whatever you've been taught to do. This is very serious, and I think that the more that the earth is changing and the consciousness is changing, the world is coming to an end, but there's a new earth too. This world is becoming something new after the end. And I don't know what's ahead, but it causes people to fear and think about things that they really don't want to, but this is a reality. And on top of the world coming to an end, people are panicking and literally losing their minds. And the main message is it's okay. It's all okay. But the main thing is for us to get help while we can. I've talked to people who have said that they've had people, friends or loved ones who had didn't talk about their mental illness or the things that they were thinking about and going through. They hid it away from everybody, and they ended up harming themselves or harming other people in a major way, killing themselves or killing other people. And that's what it leads to, and it's something that could have been prevented. That's why I want people to really open up your heart and your mind to this thing, this epidemic, and reach out when you see your family members or your friends like moving away from you, doing things that they usually love doing, and they just stop doing it. It's a message, and sometimes they don't know how to come to you and be like, I need help, or sometimes they feel like you don't understand. And we need to be more understanding when it comes to our neighbors and our friends. Pay attention, because it's so many things that could be prevented if we encourage them to get help, or let them know that regardless of what you're going through or however you feel, you are still loved by me, by us. And this is like something that is very important. And I really appreciate everybody who's helped with this documentary, because it's still lovable. All of us, okay? Do not stray away from what you're going through. It's okay. It really is, and we gonna be okay. I'm still going through it. I'm about to make sure that positive things are coming out of this. And I learned so much while I was in the hospital, going to groups. I encourage you, when you do go get help, go to the groups, go to therapy. I stopped going to therapy and thinking, I'm good, I'm going good, everything is going good, I'm straight. Everything that I learned from therapy, I'm gonna take it out there and I'm gonna remember and everything is gonna be okay. And I relapsed and I damn near lost my life. It's something that you should not do alone. And you have therapists, you have doctors, you have support groups that you don't even know you have. You just have to open your mind and do your research. There's help out there everywhere for all of us. And I'm just so grateful for this opportunity to be able to do this. And I think it's even more of a special and epic thing because this is not coming from a doctor. This is not coming from any professional. This is coming from somebody who's actually going through it and battling my thoughts day after day, daily. So you are definitely not alone. And I mean, kudos to you, to all of y'all, for real. Thank you. Stephanie was right on board when she found out what I was doing with this project, and I really appreciate that, for real, for real. I met her through a cool individual, a mutual friend of ours, so I really appreciate you too, man. Um, anyway, Stephanie has been dealing with some things since she was a teenager. Um, so she will be sharing her experience with you and what helps her. And so, block tight.
Diagnosed with major depression, generalized anxiety disorder, ADHD, and post-traumatic stress disorder. I do take medication. I only take 4 on a regular basis,
Okay.
and it helped. What had happened was when I had tried to go without medication, I attempted suicide.
Oh.
I I couldn't go without medication. I'll never do that again. Never try.
Right.
It was a suggestion to me that someone had said that, maybe I should try without medication. I'll never do that again.
Yep.
Depression started when I was about 13. And back then, there wasn't a lot of knowledge about it, and they didn't send people to therapy or anything. But I had a pretty good pediatrician, and he recognized what it was, and that was the first time I was ever prescribed medication.
Okay.
And the anxiety disorder, I was diagnosed when I was later in life, but I had it throughout my childhood.
Okay.
And the ADHD, I wasn't diagnosed until I was 25, but I'd had it my whole life and had just set up mechanisms to teach myself how to deal with things. And I was I was a straight A student.
Wow.
And it's because I set up little ways to do things every day,
Okay.
and that's how I overcame that. And the post-traumatic stress disorder it's only been about 15 years.
Okay.
So I had one that I had to be babysat for 2 weeks while I was getting off of it because I had never had such suicidal ideation in my life. It was so terrible that I couldn't be alone.
Right.
So medications are definitely, you have to try them and see what works for
You did.
I trusted my doctor.
Okay.
I didn't really think that I had suffered from depression. I didn't know what it was.
Right.
I just knew things were not good for me, and that I couldn't help how I felt about things. And he recognized it as depression. And when he suggested that, he had been my pediatrician since I was born, and
Wow.
and I saw him. I had allergies, so I saw him every week for allergy shots. So I knew this man
Okay.
very
right.
well. And when he suggested it, I went with that.
You just went with it.
I went with that.
Okay.
It's every day, all day. I have difficulty concentrating. I have disturbing thoughts that thinking the same thing over and over, and I have to have a certain kind of routine, and I have to pay attention to what I'm thinking and what I'm doing, and question the negative thoughts that I'll have, and it's an ongoing all day. kind of thing. And you adapt to it, and you just have to adjust all the time.
Yeah, like constant mental exercises.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, some days, of course, are worse than others,
Yes,
or better.
Yes.
But always grateful for the good moments.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they change real quick.
I think it has a lot to do with society today myself.
Yeah.
Things have changed so much, but also awareness.
Yeah.
So who's to say that it hasn't always been this prevalent? It's just that no one noticed or knew what to call it, because a lot of things, just like people are like, well, we didn't have ADHD when I was a kid. You just got your butt whooped.
Yeah.
It's like, today now that it's a treatable, it's a treatable diagnosis, that the kids are doing so much better.
Yeah.
And I know for me, I am very different without my Adderall for my ADHD.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I have to have it to work. See,
Okay.
I'm technically, because of the extreme case of my depression and anxiety, I'm technically disabled.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So there have been periods of times where I can't work. There have been periods of time where I haven't left my house, not even to step outside and get the mail, for 3 months at a time.
Okay.
And but I work when I can, and I've been doing very well, and I have a terrific job now.
Okay.
So
well, that's good.
it's personally, getting a routine was important. Battling those negative thoughts, making sure that I eat, making sure that I sleep. Sleeping disturbances are incredible with depression and anxiety. They really are.
Yeah, that's why I suffered.
And doing something when those mornings, it's not a matter of I don't feel like getting out of bed. It's a matter of fearing, having actual fear, being afraid to get out of bed, or the feeling of dread that's just so terrible with depression. And it's frightening. And I have to do something. For me, I pray a lot. That's one of the big things for me.
Okay.
And meditation. And of course the medication. It was important for me to reach out for help, because you become so isolated that reaching out for help, you should never be ashamed to reach out for help.
Yeah.
I think support groups help, if you can find a good support group, because they are out there.
I had anxiety for the longest, and just so happened we was talking about it, and I went back to my station, and everything was cool. But automatically, in a blink of an eye, after we talked about it, I just started literally going through it. I started panicking. I had to leave my station, literally leave my station, go to the lunchroom, start walking around, singing gospel, you know what I'm saying, trying to get myself back right. I could not get past it. I literally had to leave my job and go to the hospital and get a shot and I was shaking. Yeah. And I didn't understand, because it wasn't that bad before I left, but I couldn't get past it. When I was walking through the lunchroom, everything was cool. I was cool. And then I was like, okay, I'm calm, it's cool. Went back to my station, and literally it snapped back. Like, I got to shaking real hard. I called my cousin, I was like, come get me. She was like, come get you. What's going on? I said, I don't know. I'm having an anxiety attack. She was like, what you anxious about? It doesn't matter. Come get me.
All right, next we have Jamie, who has a very heartfelt story to tell us, a few of them, about his depression and where it came from and how long he's been suffering and the things that he goes through as far as dealing with the medication and where it could have came from, the depression. And he also has some inspiring thoughts for us.
His first time somebody told me I had depression, I didn't know anything about it, you know. Everybody uses the word depressed. Oh, I was so depressed yesterday. They have no idea what depression is, what depressed is.
Right.
But they had me, so someone that's never been on medication, I was on 13 medications.
That was ridiculous.
I was doing worse than I was before. I was clean and sober for 10 and a half years. When I went through my divorce, I relapsed. And when I went to get clean, I went into rehab.
Yeah.
First time I found out anything about depression. But I can look back and, life-changing things that happened. I broke my ankle playing high school football, and I had possibly a promising future, and my whole life changed. Instead of being on the field playing, I was in the stands drinking and getting high, and my life, I didn't know who I was. I played sports, baseball, football, and basketball my whole life.
Right.
And since I was 7, I didn't know who Jamie was anymore. I was lost because that was so much of my identity. I did it all year round, and life changed. And that's when I had had a drink or two before, or smoked a joint, but I wasn't. I was working out all the time. I was in good shape. And depression, I didn't know anything about depression. Now looking back on it, I was so depressed, I didn't know who I was. And being in the stands, I was hanging around with different people instead of my guys on the field. And you find a way to not hurt. I hurt so much, I didn't know who I was. I started feeling guilty because I didn't know, I felt alone. My whole life changed. And so drinking, getting high, it didn't hurt so much. A lot of people say they drink or use to deal with things. I did, so I didn't have to deal with anything. I'm a recovering alcoholic too.
Okay.
And so I can look back and think there's times where depression was definitely an issue, but when I went through my divorce and went to get clean, there was a lot of guilty feelings because I was clean and sober 10 and a half years.
Okay.
I had 3 beautiful children and made some bad decisions, and you carry that around, and just knowing that you hurt the people you care about the most, it's hard to live with. Nobody wants to take responsibility for it, but when I relapsed and my marriage was falling apart, I was definitely afraid to drink, and I spent $100,000 smoking crack.
Okay.
And when I went into rehab finally, that's when I found out the first time somebody told me I had depression. I was dealing with depression. I didn't know. I knew something wasn't right, but fear is a big part of depression, anxiety. Fear is not rational, and depression, just like addiction, it's not something you can just talk to anybody about.
Right.
People just say, just don't do it, or just don't. Why you feel that way? Look at all you have. Your life's wonderful.
Yeah.
What doesn't? When a person, you have a chemical imbalance in your brain. There's a reason that everybody has bad days. Life is life. We're all gonna, but some people are able to just shake it off. Some people, when you have a little bit of an imbalance, it's easier to get down quicker. And if you don't know what's going on, before you know it, you're laying on the floor. Where a person that doesn't have a problem, they have a couple bad days and just keep going. Sometimes it's hard just putting one foot in front of the other, but I was on 13 medications and I was doing worse than I was. And I kept telling them, isn't there some kind of program? Isn't there something for me?
So it made it worse for you than better.
In today's day, pharmaceuticals it's huge business.
Yeah.
Her medications are over $2,000 a month. The one medication I need is $300 or $400 a month. I can't afford that without insurance.
Oh my goodness.
And the thing about medication is, when I was in the hospital, I kept telling them I had gotten another doctor and they weaned me off of them, and I was on one medication I took during the day, and then I took some at night. And then I used some for anxiety. And nothing, I actually felt better not being on all the medications, but nothing got better till I kept bugging him and I got into a program, a 30-day program. Basically, it was through where I went to rehab. It was through the hospital, but it's just a bunch of people dealing with the same thing, just like an AA meeting or anything else. A bunch of people trying to stay sober.
Yeah.
And it's something that people don't like to talk about. They feel ashamed. But medication's not meant to fix it. Medication's meant to get you on your feet long enough and well enough that you can take the steps yourself to get the help. And that's what it's all about. There's no magic pills. There's no... Thing is, for a doctor, they don't know it affects people differently. They might try 5 or 6, 7, 10 before they get the right combination or the right ones.
Right.
While they're trying that, you could be doing worse than you were. I've had some, when I lost my job 2 years ago, I had a back injury and I wasn't able to do a lot. That was depressing by itself.
Yeah.
But then when I lost my job, fear, a lot of fear. How are we going to pay for everything? And then I lost my benefits. Lost my care providers. I couldn't get treated for my back. I couldn't get treated for depression. I couldn't get treated for anything. And sometimes I was always able to, if I didn't know the answer, find it. Or figure out how to find it. Talk to somebody. When depression gets bad, I can't even figure out what to do. Some days it's everything I can do to get out of bed. I just realized a couple days ago, I was like, I can't believe another year's gone by. And I've been standing still. And, some days it's so bad that you don't even want to open your eyes. I'm deathly afraid to go to sleep. Nightmares are so bad right now that last week I was up for 6 days straight with no sleep.
Wow.
And then I started hallucinating, and luckily somebody was with me but I'm so afraid to go to sleep because every night I know what it's going to be like. So, and I don't try to stay awake.
Roscoe Finch. Everybody know me, man. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia and severe depression about 10 years ago. And nobody wants to hear another sad song. Trying to deal with this everyday life. My life is stressful. Everything under the sun. When you find yourself in the middle of a living nightmare, nobody seems to care. You're not alone out crazy there. No, you're never alone out there. I got one that will give me seizures if I stop taking it.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. And
How many they got you taking?
right now it's like 2 of them.
Okay.
2 of them. It's one of them is I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, I see.
But it's ridiculous. And that's another one that just puts me to sleep.
Oh, okay. And so it helps you?
No.
Neither one of them help you?
Nope. I mean, they stop the voices.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, they stop the voices, and like one is a mood stabilizer, so it sometimes make me feel either sleepy, like very, very sleepy to where I can't wake up, or it'll make me feel like too happy, like just super happy.
Super excited.
Yeah, super excited. Like I just want to run around for no reason. So they still trying to, I guess, balance out my medication.
Yeah.
I'm not finna keep doing all this too much.
Right. I used to work at a mental health facility, and they did the same thing, going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? To try to balance the medications out. So I definitely know what you're talking about, and it still didn't help them much.
No,
It helped in bits and pieces, but not. You know, you just can't keep feeding medicine and think that's gonna work.
Yeah, 'cause that's what they do. They use us as like,
Oops.
what they call them? They use us like as in guinea pigs.
Yeah, experimenting
you know?
and shit.
Like, maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. You're not taking blood tests. You're not doing what you need to do. You know, like my psychiatrist, she's a new lady. She just started. You know, and you diagnosing me, she was like, I don't know what this pill is, but here, take this. You know, it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I mean, people you never thought would go through this shit is really going through it. Like, I'm going through it, you are, and so many other people. And, you know, just like, when was this last week? A family member of mine was like straight up, like, I didn't even think black people went through this. Yo, black people's definitely going through it too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on. We got to get to the bottom of it.
I think it's something in the water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Fluoride and shit.
Yeah, they trying to, cause I seen something and they said they tested the water in like 40 states or something like that, and they was putting stuff in the water, you know, drugs and hormones and
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
you know. So I mean, I definitely do research on everything because I don't want to put nothing in my body that's gonna hurt me,
Right.
like hurt me. So like when I found out this medicine did that, I went straight back to, look, I'm not gonna take this.
Right.
No, because I ain't never had a seizure, and my family is not prone to seizures. So,
Yeah.
like, nobody in my family has had a seizure. So, I'm not going to be the first one.
Right. That's crazy as hell. If you stop taking it.
Yeah, if you stop taking it, it can give you a seizure. Or if you take so many, it can do, it was something else, I forgot, but it was bad.
Wow.
It was really bad. Like, I was going to die. So, why would I take medication? And then they got, like, marijuana not legal. Why?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I mean, because there's no way you can tax it, just like every other state is doing right now. You can tax it. So if you want to make money for your city or for your state, you can tax the marijuana. You don't want to do that. You want to steady shove because the pill companies. You know
Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, pharmaceutical companies, billion on top of billions.
Yeah, to keep motherfuckers sick.
To keep people sick.
And then have fundraisers and shit talking about find a cure. It's a cure for every fucking thing, man.
Yeah, I've read up on that. Cure for AIDS right now.
Hell yeah.
It's a cure for certain kind of cancers. Man, come on.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody dumb, man. People, they know it's the government.
Word.
Yeah, so. But as far as the depression, I'm depressed because, I don't know.
How often do you go through it?
A lot.
You have anxiety too?
No, I don't have anxiety, which is great.
Yeah.
But it's just like, times I'll lay there and be like, man, I don't even want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't where I'm supposed to be at in life. You know what I mean? I got my kids. I think that's probably the only reason why I ain't did nothing to myself or something.
Word.
Because of my babies, you know what I'm saying? I know that they need me in this world.
Word.
So whenever I get like real depressed, call them up, boom. That's probably the only thing. Medication don't help.
Right.
Weed helps a little bit.
Weed definitely helps.
Yeah, it helps a little bit.
Straight up.
Yeah, it helps
That's
like
nature. That's natural. It's not man-made, but you want to... Come on now.
Yeah,
that's all about control and power.
Oh yeah. That's what these people want to do.
Yeah, I quit taking my medication, man. Like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I can't have it, man.
It was numbing me. Like, no. I want to feel.
Walking around looking like a zombie. They like, what's wrong with you?
Off the meds,
Off
man.
the meds. Nope. Nah, I'm cool on skating through life. I need to see things.
I know that's right.
You know
Straight up.
But
So, anything else you want to say? Like any, whatever. Like to the viewers, you know what I'm saying? Like any
Yeah.
inspiration?
Man, don't let these doctors just shovel stuff down your throat. Like straight up, don't let them do it. You know what I mean? Pray and find you a happy place. That's your most. That's what you really need to do. Find you a happy place. As far as the depression goes, you find you a happy place. Like no matter where you at or what you doing, if you find that happy place, you'll be cool at least for temporarily.
Word.
You know?
Today I got a pocket full of change. The sun is shining, think I'm on my way. Picture perfect skies and I'm not crying out my eyes. This is the feeling of a brand new day. Fuck who doesn't care, the wind is blowing through my hair and people staring at my hands in the air. They can call me crazy, but I feel fucking amazing. It's not every day I feel like this. I'm ignoring my insecurities. I can feel it, there's possibilities to make choices and opportunity to be happy, to be happy, yeah. If you just so happen to see me walking down the street and I look like I have an attitude, please don't take it personally. Something probably just happened to me that's got me in a real bad mood. Just send me positive vibes by smiling at me. You'd be surprised how a few seconds could change everything. Everybody goes through it, I'm definitely not opposed to it. Together we can make a deal. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, where would you go to start even getting help?
Locally, here in Elkhart, Indiana, there's a place called the Samaritan Center where they help you out. They mostly based on income. And I didn't even realize how many resources there are out there until I went to the hospital. If you get into a point where you feel like you about to hurt yourself or other people, go to the emergency room. Go to the emergency room wherever you at. Okay. But here Elkhart County Clubhouse, and this is after you've had some kind of diagnosis or you've went to see somebody, that this clubhouse is very supportive, and they also help you with getting a part-time job. A lot of people who are going through, who have mental disorders, it's hard for them to work a full-time job, especially making appointments and all of this stuff. They help you get a part-time job. They help you with school, whatever you need, and even just to be a part of the clubhouse is an awesome thing, because they provide breakfast and lunch for $1 or $2, $3 at the most per day. Okay, you get food. They have washers and dryers. It's not residential, but if you need necessities, they are there to help you. You can go wash your clothes if you don't know where to go to wash your clothes. If you need to just get away for a while, they have rooms and they have different people who will help you out to clear your head. And what I mean, I was only there a couple of times, and I was exposed to so much knowledge as far as how they can help you out, and I never knew that this place was here. Also, when you go to the hospital, they give you a journal, and in the back of the journal is all kinds of resources and places that will help, and I mean like 2 or 3 pages full. You can even call the hospital and ask them, look, this is what I'm going through. Can you help me find the resources? There is also, if you Google NAMI, NAMI, and I don't want to misquote what that stands for, but it's for mental illnesses, and they have millions, maybe not millions, I'm over exaggerating, but like they have thousands of resources. There's also online, I tried patientslikeme.com, and that's where you get a free account and you talk about the disorder that you have or you think you might have, whether it's misdiagnosed or self-diagnosed or not. And you get on there and you talk about what you're going through on a day-to-day basis. There are people who reach out to you, who are connected to you. I did not know there were so many people who suffer these mental illnesses, these mental disorders. I had no clue. There are thousands, maybe even millions, who are going through these same things. So there are plenty of resources out there. You just have to reach out. And where I'm going there, and even another thing that I love about the hospital is, for the most part, they will keep you there until they have somewhere that you can go after you get out of the hospital, to for a therapist, for medication, for a follow-up, just like they would do, for somebody who's suffering from a broken leg or surgery or something like that. They have a follow-up to where you can go afterwards. And in the workbook, you have to create safety plans with the groups. They got coping skills and things you can do when you're going through anxiety or depression, schizophrenia, whatever you're going through. Like, it is so many resources out there, so you're not alone, and they help you feel like you're not alone, and everything you're going through is okay. It's gonna be okay no matter what. And if you don't feel like you can do it alone, call your best friend, your closest family member, somebody that will take you. Because I have a friend that I actually had trailed to the hospital, because I felt like if I was to go by myself right now, I probably wouldn't go. I would just go over somebody's house and just keep going through the hell that I was going through inside my mind. So I'm so grateful for her, because she actually trailed me there. Like, she made sure I went, and she came to visit me. So that means a lot, to have a good support system.
Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid to ask for a second opinion. I went through a rough time in my life to where my biggest support system disagreed upon getting me help. I learned different ways to cope with life, but I feel like it could have went so much smoother with the help that I actually needed. So if you feel like the support system that you do have don't understand, because I think that's what it was, they didn't understand, find someone else. It's very serious, because at that time it only went downhill for me, and by the grace of God I came out of that. I still suffer from time to time. It has gotten better, and it's even gotten to the point where I want to help other people. How I felt like I had nobody to talk to, that I couldn't talk to anybody, that nobody had my best interest. I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel wanted. So I'm going to do my best to keep pushing. You never know what could drive somebody over the edge. You never know. You never know how far they are. Am I saying the surroundings? Pay attention to your people and help them as much as you can. You can be that support. You never know. So just pay attention. Pay close attention. Take it serious. I've had a few people, family members, when I did say things like, I'm gonna kill myself, or yeah, my funeral will be next week, or I just little things like that, and they didn't take it serious. One point I did say something like that, and they told me, okay, go ahead and do it. That hurt me the most. I mean, I was serious, but I wasn't serious. It was like I was going through things, and I didn't know how to reach out, and I didn't know how to say certain things. But it was serious. And for somebody to tell you to go ahead and do it, that hurt the most. Yeah. And you cannot, I don't care how much you feel like somebody is playing, or you feel like they are not serious, it's serious.
Yeah, it's definitely serious.
Best believe it's serious. Take it for real. This is life. This is somebody's life. And you could be that one to say that little thing and push somebody over the edge. You gotta come on now. It's deeper than what you may think it is. So definitely pay attention to people who feel like they don't have a good support system, or feel some type of way about life. Please find somebody that has your best interest. The closest person to you may have your best interest, but they may not understand. So please find somebody to be there for you and with you. Somebody that does understand. Somebody who's gonna be there every step of the way. Who wants to see you succeed. Once you find that one good person, they can put everybody else on board, because you're going to have your parents, you're going to have your sisters and brothers who's going to be out of their mind, because they thinking, wait, no, this can't be real. And it is. So you're going to have somebody to support them. So find you a good, strong support system, somebody that that's gonna rock with you, period. Yeah, so yeah, it can get real serious, and somebody can go on and not see these signs, and maybe they're paying too much attention and not seeing, and they missing the real deal. So make sure you cannot. I understand bottling things and feeling like you have nobody to talk to. You have to find a way to get it out. A buildup is not good at all.
Not healthy at all. And even if you don't have a support system, once you seek help, you will find that there are more people supporting you that you don't even know, that you've never met in your life until you got help to support. And that's another thing I loved about the Elkhart County Clubhouse. That's a good support system. If you don't feel like nobody understands you at all, go to one of these co-ops. That's something that's new to me that I just heard about. Go to a co-op. or a clubhouse, a mental association that supports mental illnesses, and that is your support. Sometimes that's all you need is people who don't even know you, and that's just fine. That's just as fine.
Strangers are the best networks, the best connections. You can see somebody and won't even know what they have. Like, for instance, I work at a store, and just all these different customers, some people knew that something wasn't right, and they reached out and they prayed and they, gave me cards. It's strangers. They see more than what somebody around you on a daily basis see. And networking, keep in touch. You know what I'm saying? If you find somebody that for instance, want to do makeup or anything, something you may not even be interested in, just go check it out anyway, because they might be the one to hook you up with something bigger and better. They might know somebody. You never know. So yeah, strangers, yeah, you'll be surprised. And don't just go running around with peeping Tom and but it's just you will know a good person when you see one. Yeah. So, and if somebody is willing to help you in any kind of way, take it. Don't ever refuse a offer unless it's putting your life in danger.
Yeah.
And in situations like this, I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, go for it. I say go for it.
Absolutely.
If you don't have the experience, it's so hard to try to grasp it.
Yeah.
It's like they say most people go through a period of time where they're depressed. And it's like if you can get someone to remember that time they've been through and then intensify it and then tell them, and that's daily what you're going through. It's like sometimes
it's different levels.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what's going on, and plus, like, it's an epidemic. Like, a lot of people are being diagnosed severely depressed. When I was coming up, it wasn't that. You didn't really hear about people being depressed or
exactly.
Yeah, or hearing you may seen a couple of them. That's because they was off probably some kind of drugs, but
exactly.
Yeah, that's why they would hear voices.
Yeah.
But as far as now, as 2016, 2017, that's coming up, it's bad.
I think it is. But in my mind, like, I can get my mind right, I can be cool in my mind, and the only thing that gets me right is God. That's how I feel.
If there's somebody out there that doesn't know what to do and feels lost, talk to somebody. You gotta be careful who you talk to, but if you believe in God, if you go to church, talk to your priest, talk to your family doctor, talk to somebody that can help you get help. But you gotta be careful who you talk to too, but you gotta get help, because that's why the suicide rate's so high. People don't know where to turn, and it seems hopeless, and that's real. It's real.
That's real. Thank you.
Roger.
And in all reality, it's all being covered up. Like, I see the real. All the Facebook posts, I see right through that. And I wish everybody else could see and feel how I feel when I'm around other people. I wish they would tune on they radars, they turn them on, and see people for who they really are. Because, okay, put it like this: you could be the most positive person in the world. You could want something for me that is so great. You could be right in my corner, and you could want me to do so much better, and you're praying for me, and you see something great in me. Only off of what I am perceiving myself to be, like what I'm putting out there to me. When in all reality, you wouldn't put so much energy into me if you really knew who I was.
Yeah.
It kills me to the core.
That's conditional love.
It just irritates me. So if I showed you the real me, you would spend so much energy on trying to get away from me, and you can be showing that energy to somebody else. I hate when people put on the fucking persona. It's like, stop. Ain't nobody, I feel like, honestly, all this 100 and I'm keeping it so real, nobody is 100. I can say I'm being 100, but it's always something. It's gonna be one thing, something, that 1%, it might be 0.001%. It ain't all the way real. You know what I'm saying? Unless you absolutely feel in your heart, right now, I'm being 100. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's always something, like, per se, when we was hanging and, you know, I'm putting on this goofy act, you know, I wasn't 100% happy, genuine, you know. I got a fucked up piece in my heart and in my mind right now that I feel like I have to put on that act just so nobody will see what's really going on with me.
Yeah.
It's like I'm bottling, I'm hiding my feelings. And that's what I see a lot with other people. It's like they try to be, they putting on a whole fucking front, a whole act. It's like sometimes you don't even have to. With me, like last night, I was happy. I was, you know how I get the clown and I get the acting silly.
You know how we do.
And that's only because I got so much in me that's fucked up. If it was any kind of negative coming out, somebody gonna be bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Something's gonna happen. But you don't have to put that act on 1,000% of the time. You don't have to put that on all the time just to make it seem like you're doing anything extra. That was like a necessary. That was like a necessary.
Exactly.
But I don't walk around by any means. I don't walk around and make me seem like I'm better than anybody or I'm doing better than what I'm actually doing. I don't. It's like I don't put on no front. I don't want to make it seem like it's a front. It is in a way, but it's not. Because this is me.
You can use it to your advantage. And
yeah.
Then, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between faking it till you make it. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you
it's hard to explain.
Yeah, it's like when you purposely like trying to make yourself feel good, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You create positive energy for yourself so that you can attract positive things and people into your life. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you keep talking to yourself, like I said, it starts in the mind. If you keep talking to yourself, I'm happy today, I'm gonna be happy today, blah blah blah.
You have to.
You know what I'm saying? That's a different story. But on the other side, there's people who look down on other people like, I'm better than you. And
or they got more
fake.
than. Or I finally got my shit together. Half-ass got my shit
temporary.
together.
Everything in life is temporary, and that's what people forget. You can be doing good right now. Everything could be flawless right now. Beyonce flawless. But do not forget that shit is just as temporary as life is on this earth plane.
And you
can be all right now, but something can happen tomorrow to you and that can flip your whole situation. That's why I do not look down on other people. I be happy. People think I'm happy all the time, but don't get it twisted. And this is what I don't like, especially on Facebook or anywhere. I post a lot of positive shit because I go through shit all the time. And I know people are watching me. and I know they going through the same thing. So if I'm posting negative shit all the time, that's bringing everybody else down. So when I need to express myself in a negative way, people be like, whoa, what happened to her? What happened to the positive post? I'm real. This is a spiritual journey for not just me, but for everybody. So I'm not just going to show you all the positive shit. I'm going to show you the real shit too. I go through bipolar shit, depression, anxiety. I show y'all all of that shit and the happy shit. And the happy shit, I not only do for myself, but I do for other people to keep us all uplifted. To keep us all uplifted. And I express when I'm down too, to let you know, I'm the same as you. We all are great beings. So I fuck anybody who looks down on me for posting negative shit. Especially, you don't see me posting negative shit about other people though.
Right.
It's about me and what I go through. You don't see me talking, this motherfucker, she's stupid. Why would she do this? Why would she do that? But wait till you get in your situation and you do something
But see,
stupid.
that's the thing. They won't put that out there.
That's my thing.
They won't put that out there.
Keep it G.
They putting the good shit, the flawless shit on there. Like ain't shit happening.
Nah,
but when
bruh.
some real deep ass shit, they don't even know how to even express themselves or come out with the shit. Or they'll flip the shit so fucking tough that it's like they throwing somebody else under the bus. They making it seem like it ain't them, but it's that other person that's doing all the negative shit or this it make it's like they putting themselves on a fucking pedestal. Stop doing that shit. You can't put yourself on a fucking pedestal, because when you're really going through shit and then you try to flip the script and make it seem like it ain't you or it ain't nothing that's going on around you, it's the other motherfucker that's doing this
Playing
shit.
victim all the time.
Yes, basically. Don't do that shit. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers looking at you like you just this great person and they want to do so much fucking for you. You getting your fucking blessings in the wrong way. Somebody can't reach out to you in the right way if they don't really know what the fuck is going on. I hide a lot of shit, but at the same time, I feel like the motherfuckers that I'm around, some motherfuckers that I'm around, they don't even need to know what's really going on with me. You know what I'm saying? I tell bits and pieces, but nobody will ever know unless I get real deep with that person. Nobody will ever know what the fuck I've been through, what I'm going through, how I feel. Nobody. They will never know. You can't
share that with everybody.
You can't.
They will take that shit and run.
And run with it.
They take that shit and run
with it.
I'm good. And it's sometimes
they're gonna put themselves on the fucking pedestal and make it seem like well I helped them do this, or I did this for this, and I'm gonna pray for no, bitch, pray for your own self.
Pray for yourself.
Get your own shit together, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Get your own shit together. Don't worry about me, baby. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool.
Yeah, that's the first thing everybody, including myself, and this is what I work on every day. Know thyself. Know yourself. Get to love yourself. Learn how to love yourself. A lot of us think we love ourselves, but we really don't.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, face to face, I got some shit going on, and you know what I'm saying? I'm lacking some self-love. I really am. And I work on that shit every day, because that's what creates a better world, knowing yourself and loving yourself enough to respect yourself. And you know what I'm saying? And I lack some of that shit. And I admit that all the time. So
it's up to us to change.
Yeah, it's up to you. You have to
when
be
I
the
say
change you want to see.
That shit, what I just said, literally, I'm finna start fucking crying. It brings tears to my eyes. It's up to us to change.
Yeah.
So anything else, anybody else is throwing at me, as far as any fucking thing, negative or positive, it's up to me to change.
Yeah.
Don't worry. That's why I say don't worry
about
about me.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna have me, and I'm gonna do what I have to do for me.
At the end of the day.
Leave me fucking be. Let me alone. In Lucy words, let me alone.
Let
me alone.
I swear.
Don't worry about me. I got enough shit to worry about for myself.
For yourself, yeah.
I don't need nobody else. I don't want to drag nobody else into this shit. Especially Especially if you gon' tell the next motherfucker what you did for me. I don't want that shit. I don't want shit from you if you got to be glorified for what the fuck you've done for me. Because when I do shit for other people, I don't ask for anything in fucking return, and it's genuine. It's from my heart. And if it wasn't, you would know that. Because I would mention it. I would say something. Fuck all that. So for anybody to ever come at me and say what the fuck they done did for me and what they could have did for me and what the fuck we done been through, that shit means nothing at the end of the fucking day. Because you only did the shit to put yourself on that fucking pedestal, glorify yourself or make yourself look fucking better or feel better. You didn't do the shit for me. You did it for your own fucking benefits. So if you gonna have anything to try to do for me, give to me, anything, I don't want you in my fucking circle. I don't want you around me. I don't need it. And I've asked God, it's so crazy. I asked God, before this shit happened, during this shit, and right now, I've been asking him to take these people out of my life. Take all these negative people out of my life. And that's exactly what he did. That is exactly what he did. It's so crazy. All I've been asking for was for somebody to be in my fucking corner. To be on my team. Be by my fucking side. That's all I'm asking for. Be positive. Motivate me. Push me. Come on, be there right with me. Struggle with me. And then have that big ass positive outcome with me. And we gonna share this shit together. We gonna smile together. We gonna be proud together. I prayed on that. I kid you not. I kid you not. And they gone. I'm gonna still be me at the end of the day. Now, with that being said, I still don't give a fuck about none of you hoes. I swear to God. Don't say shit to me. I still ain't fucking with y'all, but I'm still, y'all not finna make or fucking break me. I'm still gonna be me. But fuck you at the end of the fucking day. And I mean that shit. Shit finna change.
You know what? Like, when we going through shit, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed this, and I can relate to you. You know what I'm saying? The people that you wanted to be in your corner so bad, these are the people that you was blessing. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that you wanted to just keep uplifting and keep letting them know, yo, I got you. I got you. Cause I know you got me. Cause I just feel that. And I just want you to, you know what I'm saying? The worst thing you can fucking do when somebody is going through something or somebody do stupid shit is to kick them while they already down. That's the worst thing you can fucking do. Especially when you claim you love me though. Especially when you say, I'm your nigga, I'm your girl, I'm your best friend, I'm your lover. The worst thing you can fucking do is kick me while I'm already down, or judge me. That's kicking me while I'm already down. Make me feel worse than I already do feel.
Or trying to dismiss yourself. Trying to dismiss yourself for the wrong reasons. Yeah. When you're supposed to be there.
You're supposed to. You don't run from me. You run towards me.
Towards me.
But people don't know this. It's all about knowledge. It's all about what you know.
You're preaching it here. I need to
and a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do not understand that. And this is not just by my own personal experience. I've read these things. This is love. People don't know what love is because they watch too much goddamn TV.
Or they living in their own fucking fantasy world.
Own motherfucking world. Let me tell you. The worst thing you can fucking do. This is what drives people away. This is what causes people to commit suicide. I swear to God. And this is some real shit. And this is what people don't like to talk about. And I'm sick of that shit. Everybody wants everything to be happy and glorious and perfect all the time. Ain't no fucking perfect. There's balance and there's imbalance. Everything. We don't always have to agree with each other, but respect each other. Love yourself enough and know yourself enough to understand that we still connected no matter what I believe in, no matter what you believe in. All right? The worst thing you could do is kick somebody while they already down. I was talking about suicide. That's what I was talking about. That's the worst thing you could do. People look up to you. All right? You must be going through some shit worse than they going through if you kicking somebody down while they already down.
That's the thing.
Your life must be fucked up if you live for bringing other people down.
Yeah.
And you looking at other motherfuckers like, this motherfucker is fucked up. You fucked up if you looking at somebody or judging somebody who wants to kill themselves.
The whole fucked up thing about it, they gonna still, if they was to look at this fucking video, it's gonna still be a if, and, or fucking but.
Cause
They still gonna look at it in a
shit that
negative
they
way.
gotta deal with. Cause that's some fucked up shit they gotta deal with. We all got fucked up shit to deal with. This is why the world is so crazy, cause motherfuckers so in tune with everything else instead of themselves. Let's get back to getting to know ourselves and learning how connected we are.
God have something so big. I feel it. Oh my God. I wish y'all could feel it with me. I feel it. Something so big, something so great is coming for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like some people around me is coming with them too.
Yeah.
I feel it. And I'm going to keep my presence. I'm going to let my presence be known because I'm right here. I'm right here with you.
We still standing.
I'm right here with you.
We here for a reason.
We here for a reason. You have to find your purpose. I still don't know what my purpose is, but I know one thing: the movement and the route that I'm going, it's all coming. It's in connection.
Yeah.
It's finna take off. I feel it. I said it the first of the year. I said it January 1st, 2016. I feel it, and I've been feeling it more and more every day.
Absolutely. Same
And I'm
here.
ready to take off. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready. All the negative, all the what do you call them? Barriers. The journey. I'm ready. I'm finna march through this with a smile on my face, and I'm ready. I'm ready to take off. Like I said, I can't make you do this, but you got to come on. If you coming, come on. I'm right here. I'm gone. Come on, come with me. Come with me. Please come with me. I'm ready. I'm taking off, baby. I'm taking off. It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great.
Hell yeah.
I feel it. Ain't nothing gonna change this feeling. Ain't nothing changed it. It's from the first. It's been crazy. But hey, here we is. It's what? Damn near 3 months in.
Mm-hmm. It's almost March.
Damn near 3 months in. Hey,
Yeah.
it's finna take off.
Hell
I
yeah.
feel it.
And you can't base it off of what it looks like, because most of the time what you can't see is what's real. And so